This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take some time to allow a little bit of time to go by and to allow enough people to get in here to get in on this because I got another tab pulled up here that I'm going to read off some of these comments that some people have said. Because I said I wanted to hear from you guys. I made that clear that I wanted to hear from you. So I see that there are about 7 people in here, whatever. So like I said, guys, I'm going to give it a little bit of time. What's going on, best guitarist ever? I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I get into this, but I'm also going to be using this as a means of opening up discussion. And so when people get in here, I'm going to pretty much make it clear that I'm not in here to discuss any sort of, let me see how I sound to you guys. I need to put these earphones on to see how I sound to you. Let's see. Let me see how I sound to you. So anyway, I'm going to repeat myself a whole lot in here. And here's my thing. I don't want anybody getting in here bashing, which is probably going to happen, but be aware, I do have 2 generals in here that are going to be ready with the trigger finger to get rid of your comments if you're going to come in here being straight, nasty, and derogatory, yada, 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 peanut butter. What's going on, Jackie Mitchell? How you doing? Marcus Little said, oh, Lord, here we go. Yeah. But anyway, there's 41 of you guys in here right now. So I think this might be a good time to go ahead and jump into this. So you guys seen the video earlier with the Joe Biden thing right there. And here's the thing. I find it really interesting, some of the comments that were left behind. And one of the things that she said, I'm not black, according to Joe. One of the things, me neither, I guess, but one of the things that really jumps out at me is how a lot of people got upset because of my way of thinking. That really just made them, you know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, y'all know how I am. I don't sit there and hate nobody because I know everybody has a certain type of mind frame. If you grew up being taught a certain way and that's embedded in you and you have no other way of knowing how to think and that's how you do, you roll with that. That's what you know. To you, that is truth. I get why your mindset is like that. But now, don't get mad at me because my mindset is not like yours. A lot of people, y'all really need to really understand this if you hear me right now. All 55 of you guys in here, and you just listen to me right now. If I feel that smoked turkey is better than roasted turkey, if I give my reasons why I feel that smoked turkey is better than roasted turkey, and you feel that roasted turkey is better, one thing that you and I will not do is talk about roasted turkey. But at the same time, I'm not going to bash you and hate you for the way that you think. And at the same time, don't bash me and hate me for the way that I think. On the contrary, I'm not pulled this way by nobody telling me I should do this. I'm not pulled this way for somebody telling me I should do this. Pretty much in a long run, a lot of people in the comment section, you guys, some of y'all actually gave confirmation to exactly the type of thinking that I told you that I came out of. Oh, you should. How in the world are you not? How in the world are you not? And it's like, wow, y'all are you. Some people are literally doing what the dude said. You might not have said, you know, if you don't know who to vote with between Donald Trump and whatever, then you ain't black. But pretty much what you were almost telling me, because I'm not thinking that way, then yeah, some of y'all were doing that. So anyway, my point in saying all this, Mama Don, I don't know if you were here earlier, but it got pretty hot in here. I got like 3,000 comments over the course of almost an hour. And no, 3,000 views over the course of an hour. So anyway, with that being said, folks, here's the thing. This is my thinking. This is my understanding. For those of you that want to know and say, how come I do not vote? A lot of my MRMIs in here know why I don't vote. One of the things is, folks, yes, I might have 2 degrees. Yes, 2 degrees. And I was never educated on voting. Some of y'all gonna not, and trust me, there's about 500 other folks I know between Decatur, Illinois, and Chicago that don't know about voting. When I say don't know about voting, I'm saying we were never educated on voting. I told y'all before, I'm telling y'all flat out, we were never educated on voting. All we were told is when you turn 18, you can register to vote. A lot of us never paid attention to TV, the news, and didn't pay attention to what was going on and that type of thing like that. So it never gave us interest on why we should. All we know is that we would have people come up, you need to vote, brother, especially because you being black, you need to vote, you need to vote, you need to vote. Get out there and vote. And I'm like, what are we voting for? Like, for what? And because we just want to we want the right president there. I'm like, okay, but what are we voting for? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's one of the things right there, is that we were never, a lot of us was never educated on voting. But rest assured, the name that I call myself is Modern Renaissance Man, because I'm ever wanting to increase myself in knowledge. I don't know all things. Nobody know all things. But the things that I may lack in, I like to educate myself on it. And look at this. When I educate myself on this, who I am, who you see right here, Ty Smith, when I educate myself, I go for full, unadulterated, unfiltered, unbiased truth. When I get to that truth, nobody's going to deter me otherwise. When I know the real truth of a matter. Because here's the thing, just like in relationships, folks, somebody has to be right, somebody has to be wrong. Somebody has to admit that they were right, unless they have, somebody has to admit that they were wrong, or they might have enough too much pride to say that they are wrong. But here's the thing, if I get down to the truth of a matter and I'm looking at facts as facts, don't be mad at me. Now, you said good luck finding truth in politics. No, we're not talking politics. I'm talking about good luck finding truth in humanity. So let me give you an example right here. Folks have sent me videos before, and I talked to them personally on the phone, or I talked to them through email about them trying to show me how Donald Trump was racist. Then the minute I took my time with it, I spent the week looking at the video, not looking at the video. I watched the whole video. I prayed, Lord, show me wisdom in this. And when I came to the conclusion that I told them, I don't see how the dude was racist in what he said right here, they flat out got mad, which I expected that to come. If you don't want to have nothing to do with me, that's completely fine. That's not saying nothing about me. It's saying something about you, that you were mad at me because I didn't deter into the way that you were trying to bend me to. You were mad at me because you was trying to change my own free way of thinking, because it's not like yours. You just can't come to me and say Donald Trump said grab women by the pee and make that like, okay, so that makes him a bad guy. Because here's the thing. Coming from the hood, y'all know how many rap songs glorify Donald Trump? There's a ton of rap songs that they glorify Donald Trump in, okay? So I'm not getting into politics. I'm just telling y'all from my perspective, because y'all know I don't know nothing about politics, but I do know stuff about what I know. So in the hood, we would hear songs about Donald Trump. People want to be like Donald Trump or got them ends like Donald Trump. And I think Nelly got a song, let me in now. Let me in now. Bill Gates, Donald Trump, let me in now. So then all of a sudden he become president. And you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. You can tell me Joe Biden is a racist. I got to find out how and why. You can tell me Donald Trump is a racist. I'm going to find out how and why. You can tell me Jesse Jackson is a racist. I'm going to find out how and why. You can tell me anybody that's in politics or anybody that's in a celebrity. I don't care if it's Will Smith, Gwyneth Paltrow, I don't know, Lady Gaga, name all the people that I don't know. You can tell me that any of those folks are racist. And just because I don't jump on board with you like, what? No, I'm like, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna have to go find out. So, but don't get mad at me because I choose to go that way, because I go for truth. I'm all about people. I love folks. I like to see people do well. And here's the thing. Just because I don't think and believe the way that you do, that should not make me an enemy. Folks, y'all got to understand something. When it is all said and done and over with, in the end, what you're going to have is family. If you can sit there and let your family be ripped apart because y'all have a different belief when it comes to this, that is saying something about you. It's saying something about you. Y'all don't even, there's people in my family, we don't believe the same as far as religion goes. We don't believe the same as far as church goes. But that did not screw up our relationship. We just know that when we come together, we're not going to discuss Bible stuff. Now, when it comes to this stuff here, some of y'all believe that the Democrats, blah, 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 blah. Some of y'all believe that the Republicans, blah, 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 blah. Me, I go to ground zero where I'm talking with people and issues, because I come from ground zero. And if I come from ground zero, seeing this stuff firsthand from my own eyes, and all I'm doing is speaking out of what I'm seeing from my own eyes, and you want to turn around and tell me that I'm wrong, no, I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you try to bend it or twist it. I know exactly where I came from. I know exactly what I witnessed. Coming up in the hood, in the ghetto, around gangs. I know exactly how the drugs made their way to the streets. I know how the syringes made their way to the streets. I know how all this stuff operates. And if I know how this stuff operates, and I was a part of that system at one time, and I got out of that system, and now I see how that system is being done, and how people are allowing that system to still go, And for you to try to turn around, oh no, they're trying to help you. Yeah, help us stay crackheads, help us stay in the hood, help us stay in the concrete jungle. Help us with this, having the same mentality that we would never amount to nothing to be nothing. Help us have the same mentality that we can't do nothing for ourselves, that we have to rely on somebody else for help. Help us keep the same mentality that we need you, whatever like that. Now, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking people, period. I don't care if it's Republican or Democratic. If you were trying to keep my thinking process in the way that I stay mentally suppressed, I'm beyond that. I'm beyond that. And by being beyond that, if I know that I broke through the mold, broke through the ceiling of that way of thinking, and I'm trying to come back and pull people out of that way of thinking. Here, let me show y'all. Here, come over here. Come over here so I can show you guys exactly how it looks. Yes, I walked through the jungle. I walked through the valleys. I climbed up the mountains. I went through the freezing snow. I went through the deep waters. I swam real good. But I'm going to show you how you can also do it too. Oh, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. The very example that I gave some of y'all when I did this a while ago was that movie, The Village. They kept the people in the village so fearful, kept them so fearful, kept them so scared that the people did not want to venture out past those woods. They made up these stories. Oh, if you do this, this is going to happen. Oh, if you go there, look, such and such, he disappeared when he tried to get out of that way of out of the village. So let's just say we're going to refer to the village as a way of thinking. If you try to get out of that way of thinking, oh, this is going to happen. Oh, if you step over there, this can happen. And it wasn't until at the end, the girl made it to the wall and climbed up and realized her whole world was completely different. She realized that within inside that wall of the village, people were enslaved and trapped here. They were enslaved and trapped here, and they were physically being held back by a wall. So what I'm talking about is a wall in the mind that some people don't want a certain type of folks. I don't care. I'm not talking race either. So we ain't even gonna go there. We're talking people, white, black, Asian, Latino, Mexican, Cuban. I don't care. Colombian. I don't care what it is. If you are in a certain way of thinking, in a certain way of living, and I can get you to stay like that, why wouldn't you want to do better for yourself? And if you are comfortable living there and you fine with it, by all means, go right ahead. But I'm talking to the ones that actually trying to get out of the village, that's trying to see what else is out there. What else is out there? What else is beyond those woods? I'm talking thinking now. You got to follow me beyond that way of thinking. What's beyond that? How can I go beyond that? And I can tell you right now, you can go beyond that. Now, you want to get into some facts and all that. Like I said, some of you guys sent me videos of things that Trump said. Y'all sent me videos of things of all kind of different folks they said. And y'all, I told you I would personally respond back to you. And that's what I've done. I sent some of you guys private videos of my response. Now, you can't give me video of a segment of somebody saying one thing and say this is what he meant. So, for instance, I know I'm just telling y'all, I'm not going to expound on it, but somebody did a thing where they showed me a clip of Donald Trump saying that I guess people of the white supremacies or Nazis, I don't know what it was, but they tried to say Donald Trump said they are good people. I watched the whole video, and my nephew, my nephew is probably 11 years old. He understood what he was meaning when he said it, but I'm not even going to go into that. But all I can say is, like, what are they trying to do? And I'm not just talking about no thing with Trump, but here's the thing. When you are working at ground zero with people, with folks from the hood, with folks down there in the home missions, these people that are trying to get their GED. Yeah, me and my wife help people get themselves into like college. We help people get their Pell Grant, all this stuff going. We help people sign up for college. We pretty much did all the work for them. Now, when you on ground zero and you working there and you see what really goes on behind closed doors, y'all have no idea. I've been approached. They wanted me to join NAACP. They wanted me to join the All Black Lives Matter. They wanted me to join Rainbow Coalition. So you know what I do? I came to the meetings. They allowed me to speak. I went to the superintendent had me speak before the whole city of folks in this particular schools and all this. But once I got to talking to these people one-on-one, I'm like trying to get real with them. Like, hey, yeah, we got to make sure that, we got to change the way these kids think. And then, wait a minute, baby. Now, wait. See, all of this stuff just came to be agendas. It's all kinds of agendas behind a lot of these movements. It's nothing but agendas. It's nothing about caring about folks, because if you want to go there, which I will go there, how many people died in Chicago today? Where's the videos of that? Why is that not being circulated in the news about how many people died in Chicago this day? You know what I mean? Where's Black Lives Matter? Where's any of that? Where is it at? Where is it? But Like the stuff that went on today. I know like I said, I just responded to the video accordingly with the dog and all that. We're not going to do that. But my point in saying all that is that if you think a certain particular way and nothing is going to deter you from that, I'm not going to try to convince you. I'm not going to try to change your mind. Okay. But if you come to me saying, I want to change my situation, I want to better myself, I want to do this, I have to be able to tap into the driving force that has you thinking that the way that you are right now. Because guess what? I'm talking, guys, this y'all have no idea. I know I never talked about this on the channel, but this stuff goes deep. Y'all have no idea what you deal with as ministers too. There's politics in ministry. I really believe that a lot of these ministers was really for God. Like I'm thinking like they have a relationship with God like I do. Like they really had a relationship with God. Like they talk to the real God that I talk to. And then when I get into it, these folks all about politics. They all about sheaves for Christ and tithes and offerings and money. So agendas. So I'm like, what in the world is going on that these folks are all about agendas? It's just agendas. Now, with all that being said too, I looked up and I started studying. Like you guys know, as I was going for a week, I was doing some studying too. I looked up everything from a lot of the times with the Democratic Party and what they did and what they didn't do, whatever. I looked at the Republican Party and things that they supposedly did and things that they supposedly did not do. I don't agree with things on the Democratic side. I don't agree with things on a lot of Republican sides, whatever it may be. But my point is saying that is what I see right now. Not right now, but before this COVID stuff hit, when I seen that unemployment amongst black people was like at the lowest it's been in over 50 years. You can't deny that. I'm just saying you can't deny that. And somebody that came from the city that I lived in, Barack Obama, he didn't do that, guys. And I'm not talking about, look again, this is what I want y'all to do. Get Democratic and Republican out of your mind and look at individualism. Okay, look at Donald Trump for who Donald Trump is. Don't even think about him as president. Don't even think about him as a Republican. I want to look at him for what he do. It's the same way that I think about the Lord with me. The Lord don't care about God doesn't care about my label. God doesn't care about my title that I have. What God cares about is what's in here. And what God cares about is whatever it is in here, how's it being implemented out to you, right? So he said things, it's written in the Bible, with their mouths do they draw close to me, but their hearts is far from me. You know what I'm saying? So here's the thing. I don't care about things. I don't like him because look, y'all know what it's like. If you really think you're gonna like somebody, you're gonna find something wrong with him. If Donald Trump didn't say rub the people in the private area, if he didn't say women to let you touch them on the private area, if he didn't say that, you would find something else that he said. It don't matter. You might say, oh my God, I don't like how Donald Trump said shut up. I mean, oh my God, y'all remember that when a few people went crazy because I said shut up on here. So my point is, you're gonna find something wrong with what things that people say. You will find things what people say, but when it all comes down to it, I'm basing it off of what I actually see that's being done. And when I see that a lot of folks that my wife and I help, when we see that these people, like even like before this COVID stuff hit, all these folks had these jobs. Is unemployment amongst blacks was at the lowest it's ever been in over 50 years. There's no denying that. You can say what you want to. Hey, whatever the man said, that's his prerogative. Get on him if he said some nasty stuff. Cool. But here's my thing. What sense would it make if you said this person is not racist, but he do have people on the plantation, versus a person you say he is racist, but they freed people and encouraged them to do it on their own? I'm basing this off of pure, unbiased actions, folks. I'm talking about actions. I do not care. Y'all don't know what I do behind closed doors. I might get on this channel right now and say, you know what? Some of y'all need to just take a snowball to the face. Oh my God, we shouldn't watch Modern Renaissance Man no more. He said, some of you should take a snowball to the face. So, but what is Modern Renaissance Man doing on his channel? You know what I'm trying to say? What am I actually doing? So that's what I'm getting at, folks. I think that, like y'all know, I don't get into the politics stuff. Y'all know I'm working on it. I'm doing my own self-research, my own self-studying, and I'm going to get to the truth of things that I'm getting to. And when I do get to that truth, I'm going to arrive at my truth and I'm going to do things according to how I should do it. Plain and simple. But all I'm saying is this. Don't tell me how I should think. Don't tell me how I should be. I'm an individual. I will arrive at truth in my own way, in my own manner, especially if I'm really seeking after it. but don't tell me I should do this or do that just because of X, Y, and Z. I'm not gonna do. Don't tell me I should. If you know what I'm saying. If I was to vote, if I was to get into voting for presidents, don't tell me you should vote for Trump because da 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 da. Don't tell me you should vote for Biden because da 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 da. Tell me, hey son, hey Ty, since you never voted, go and research the stuff yourself. Go and look up all the things. Get the full details, unbiased. Get the full interviews. Get the full statements of everything, and then make your decision. Nobody should be doing that because the thing is, I was done like this. I told you I was done like that at an early age. They flat out said, if you're black, you know, you might want to vote for the one with the blue on, the blue tie or the elephant or the donkey, whichever one it was. You need to vote for him because that's the one that helps black people. So you're like, oh, okay. So I was already being conditioned to say the blue one is the one that I want to vote for because they help black people without even questioning, well, what are they doing to help black people? Because supposedly Barack Obama, he became the president and he's out of Chicago. But name one thing he did for Chicago. As president, I did nothing for Chicago. So I'm just saying, Barack Obama, the first black president, or you can say he's black because he's biracial, whatever. But anyway, the first black president came from the city that I had some raising in, and he did what? I got family that live up in Chicago that can sit there and show you signs and sit there and show you things that people are doing. They were outraged. They were mad, trying to get his attention, saying, do something for us, but nothing was done. But that's stuff that y'all don't see because, like I said, I don't watch news. I don't watch anything like that. I don't even know it's even put on the news that you got people out there mad that they felt that he wasn't doing nothing for the city of Chicago. But yet I got people that I know that's family that live up in Chicago right now that actually showing me things and showing things that they're mad about, showing things they talk about in these community centers that they felt that he wasn't doing. Now, I didn't get all like, look, I didn't know. I'm just like, hey, I don't know, y'all. I know if you get a great relationship with God, his Holy Spirit will lead you into all truth and righteousness. Okay. So I'm not going to seek after people. I'm not going to seek, guys. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not going to seek your opinion. I'm not going to seek your thought process on it. I'm going to go my own way. I'm going to ask the Lord, as he said, his Holy Spirit will lead you into all truth and righteousness. So wherever the Holy Spirit leads me into that all truth and righteousness, when I arrive at that truth, and once I get that revelation of what the truth is, thank you, Lord. That's what it's going to come down to. That's exactly what it's going to come down to. So with that being said, all I'm saying is this. If you have guys, okay, I'll give you an example. And it's what because she's just one of my favorite people in here. A lot of y'all are my favorites, but Mama Don know that she's one of my favorites. She's one of my first people to have in here. But Mama Don owns a business, okay? And this business that Mama Don owns, I don't pretty much know a lot about it. If I wanted to get into that business of what Mama Don's doing, and I see that Mama Don and her family is very successful at this particular business, why wouldn't I go and see how Mama Don conducts her business? And when she shows me how she conducts her business, me, myself, I'm going to gather all the things I can get from this woman, all the knowledge, all the wisdom I can get for how to do this particular business that she got. And then I'm going to go and tell her, can you tell me somebody else that does a business like you do? And I'm going to go and I'm going to consult all those other people until I get so much that I can form my own way of how I want to do this business. I may take some from her. I may take some of this truth from her, this knowledge from her, this knowledge from this person, this knowledge from that person. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to form my own decision and then do it how I want to do it. But if you get mad at me because I decided to pursue it that way, that's letting me know you actually want me to be in this mindset of being stuck how you want me to think. You don't want me to think like I want to think. You want me to think like you think. So in other words, you want me to live my life and be who I am, who I feel you should see me. So that's what I'm saying. Even with this whole thing, as far as y'all talking about this Joe Biden, I don't see how that's racist. I don't see that because when you say things like, you know, if you don't know if you're going to vote for me or Trump, then you ain't black. I mean, you see what I'm getting at? That means you're in a position to where you feel that all black people think a particular way. You in a mindset. I mean, he can y'all can say, I know I got a lot of comments. Y'all said that Donald, you said that he was joking, whatever like that. But if you've been in politics for so long, and I just think he's a Democratic, yeah, right. If he's been in politics for that long, and he's been a Democratic for that long, and he's known of black people and how black people are for that long, all of a sudden this was an accidental slip up. I can understand if the man just stepped out on the scene and ain't really had no experience in politics, and he said something like that. And it's like, whoa, dude, look, rookie. No, that's a rookie move right there. You don't say nothing like that, rookie, but you are well seasoned. You were the vice president. Yeah, to a black man. So I'm just saying, guys, that's why so what I'm saying here, for everybody that's watching right now, I just encourage all of you guys. I'm not talking anything about voting. I'm talking about when it comes to your life decisions, to it comes to whatever church you want to go to it comes to the person that you might want to spend the rest of your life with. Gather all the information that you possibly can about certain truths. If you want to be in a relationship, make sure you know a lot of things about relationship. If you are on the ropes, so whether you want to get married or if you get into a new relationship with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, make sure you consult with people that's been married. Like I've been married for 19, been about this. Yeah. And next week I will be married. Next week, y'all, I will be married 19 years. So you will want to get that consultant from somebody that's actually been. I'm not about to go into okay, wait. So I'm supposed to take advice from a person that's single about relationships. Yeah. So what I'm saying, when it comes to all things that you decide that you want to do in your life, if you want to go to school to go back and be a nurse, make sure you consult with people that are already nurses, been nurses for a long time, so you can get this great advice, get this great wealth of knowledge before you go into, so you know what you're getting yourself into. So that's why a lot of people get upset with me. What? You don't vote? You don't vote? I'm not going to go and vote when I know nothing about voting. I'm not going to go and vote when I don't know everything about Donald Trump and I don't know everything about Joe Biden or whoever else is in the whatever. I didn't vote for no governor. I didn't vote for no Senate. I've never voted in my life, folks, because according to my world, I was concerned about the 4 pillars that I say at the end of all my videos: food, shelter, clothing, and my health. That was the only thing that I was concerned with. Now that I have that and I have it very well, now I can possibly focus on something else. Okay. Now, and at the same time, I mean, look, I'm just teasing right now because I got a good friend of mine who's in ministry. You know how people say things like, hey, if you don't vote, then you may be the reason why X, Y, and Z didn't happen. I'm like, and I say, look, I would feel really bad. I would feel really, really bad. I don't know how many people vote, but let's just say if there was if there were 6 million votes, and if one president lost by 1 vote, I would feel bad that I didn't vote. But if you losing by millions and all that, I'm like, yeah. So no, don't sit there and tell me that my vote counts when a person lost by 13 million, or I don't know, y'all know what I'm saying. You lost by 2 million votes. But my vote can't. No, if it was you lost by 1 vote, I would feel really bad that I probably still wouldn't feel bad. I'm like, well, I didn't know the dude. I didn't know what we were done. So here's the thing. And then here's some comments that some people said on here. Somebody said, okay, I'm gonna read this comment off that y'all. I'm gonna read a comment off of this particular video. And I know a lot of you guys are saying some things right now in the comment section. But okay, so in the comment section of this the video that I did earlier, let me find it. Because I found some of these things to be really interesting. And some folks, it's kind of like, wow, these people really think this way. They think this way of you. Okay, so let me see. Where are you at? Give me a second here. I'm gonna find it. Okay, where's my replies? There is a lot of votes on here. Yeah, and I'm sweating here because I'm hot. I don't want this fan to be too. Let me see. Where are you at? Okay, so I know this chat is probably fine, but I just want to find some of these comments that I want to read off to you guys to let you know that with this being said, this is where why aren't you letting me go there? Okay, response status. Did I respond? Okay. So give me a second here, folks, to pull some of these comments up. Okay. So I'm not trying to call this person out because he been on my channel for about a year. Okay, so Dave Duncan said, as soon as you say, I've never voted in my life, I stopped watching. That's what he said. And I don't know where my response went. Somebody might have flagged it. He said, as soon as you say I've never voted in my life, I stopped watching. And I said, okay, and then he said, okay, nothing. He said, you can't be bothered to vote. I just don't care what your opinion is. So what I said to him, I said, okay, it's my right to vote, just like it's my right not to vote. It's my right to get a driver's license to drive a car. If I choose not to get my license to drive, are you saying I can't talk about issues that cars have? I can't talk about drunk drivers. I can't talk about texting while driving because I don't have a driver's license? Then I said, I clearly stated in here that I am for people. I said, so the fact that I am black and I'm a black man, you're telling me as a black man, I shouldn't have an opinion on a matter that's concerning black people because of the fact that I don't vote. I said, so you might as well tell people who are black and don't vote. If you don't vote at all, then you ain't black and have no right to give an opinion on black issues because of the fact that you don't vote. So if things happen to black people, I shouldn't have a say-so in it because I don't vote. I told you guys, I said it in the beginning of my video, I told you some people don't understand this, and it's really hard for them to grasp this because I don't think the way that these folks think. I thought I made good examples. I said, if you are a politician and you rape somebody, you are a rapist. You're not a political rapist. If you are a politician and you commit adultery, you're not a political adulterer. You are an adulterer. If you molested children and you were a politician, you are a pedophile. You're not a political pedophile. So I was trying to make that clear in his head that just because I'm talking about things that's dealing with human beings, that doesn't make it a political issue. So if Joe Biden talked about, oh, black people don't get profiled and black people don't get profiled. If I jump on here and say, wait a minute, time out. Yes, black people do get profiled because I've been profiled. Well, Ty, you ain't got no say so because you don't vote. You see what I'm saying? That way, that's what I'm saying. That mindset, Dave Duncan, I promise you, I'm not coming at you in no bad way. I don't want you to think this is being condescending, but I'm telling you the thinking process for you to even think that I shouldn't have a say so on or an opinion on my own race because I don't vote. That's crazy. Okay, let's just say when during the time that Abraham Lincoln was freeing the slaves, whatever like that, if they were allowing, okay, there we go. Who was it that was voting to free slaves? Black people didn't have a say so in that, right? Ain't that crazy? So wait a minute. If I'm a slave, but I'm not into politics, I shouldn't have a say so. So slaves did not want to be slaves. Well, now look here, slave. You should not say anything because you're not voting. But I'm the slave. I'm the race that y'all talking about. And you telling me I shouldn't have a say so? So that's what I'm saying. It just kind of it's that thinking process. And then so that's one of the comments right there. Let me see. I'm thinking of something else somebody said. Let me see here. Because I told y'all it's the thinking that comes from this particular video was just absolutely amazing. You know, one person was saying things like, man, you know, if you stay like that, that's why you're going to stay in debt. And that's why your landlord is going to continue to increase your rent. And that's why you're going to continue to stay downtrodden because you're not voting. I'm like, what? See, this person automatically assumed that from the last video that I did, this person automatically assumed that I was like on welfare and still living in the projects and still relying on the government and paying rent to my landlord who don't come and fix my sink and stuff. This person assumed that just from that Joe Biden video, just from me talking on the issue, that person assumed because I said I don't get into voting. He assumed that I'm just living like a low class life. I'm like, dude, I got investments and I got my own. I'm self-employed. I got 2 degrees. I work in medicine. I mean, so for you to automatically assume that, it's just like, look at your thinking. That's what I'm trying to get folks to do. Look how you're thinking. Look. You talk about Joe Biden. Look how lowly you thought of me. You thought so lowly of me that you assumed that I was just right here sitting in this area right here in the project somewhere or in a low income area. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes this really amazing, folks. So anyway, but again, folks, all I'm telling y'all is this. Okay, I got a question to ask you guys. I got a question to ask you guys, all 142 of you guys in here. I got a question to ask you. If I said, hey, every major city in each state is going to have a modern Renaissance man center. If I say that and you guys go, woo, now within 4 years, every state has a modern Renaissance man center. What do you say to that? What do you say? What do you say? Y'all see what I'm getting at? Y'all, it makes it hard for a lot of people because I'm talking about this, because it makes it, you don't understand if you didn't come from that, if you did not come from that lifestyle, if you did not come from the hood, the projects, the ghetto, you can't sit there and tell me how I'm supposed to think about this thing. Okay, here's the thing: Donald Trump cut funding to Planned Parenthood. Well, people should have. I know Barack Obama said, if my daughter gets pregnant and she has she's pregnant with a baby, she shouldn't be punished if she doesn't want it. Donald Trump cut funding to Planned Parenthood. I researched Planned Parenthood, seen who the woman was that started it. Go and read. The woman that wanted to start Planned Parenthood, go and read. This is out of this woman's mouth. This is not modern Renaissance man saying it. This is this woman saying it. And the reason why I say this woman, because I want you to go and find out who it is for yourself, find out what her name is, who want to start Planned Parenthood, and tell me why like 95% of all Planned Parenthood is in like black neighborhoods. Tell me why that. Tell me why it's even really it's actually encouraged in a way for you to go and get the abortion and all that. So Donald Trump comes along, let's say he cuts Planned Parenthood. Like I said, I'm not for Donald Trump. I'm not against Donald Trump. I'm going based off of what I just gave you an example. If I say I'm going to put a modern Renaissance man in each city, and in 4 years, I put a modern Renaissance man in each city. Okay. Well, we don't like the way modern Renaissance man talk. Modern Renaissance man said, women are beautiful. I wish I could have 19 wives. He's disgusting. But I put all those centers. What I do on my own time and in my own business, whatever, that's my prerogative. But I did put a modern Renaissance man center in each state. So what I'm saying is this: he had cut funding from Planned Parenthood, right? Check that off. I'm just saying, check that off. He put more funding to a lot of historically black colleges and education things. Barack Obama didn't do that, even though they're like some place where I live to. You make, she said, you make very hard MRM to decide what's right or what's wrong. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. The whole thing is, Lethal, is that I just want people, I want all you guys to have the mindset to where you're thinking for yourself. You know what I mean? So I'm not doing this based off of, I don't care. I don't, you know what, guys, really serious. I don't care about how Biden or Donald Trump conduct themselves, but I do care. Like, even though I talked about what Joe Biden said, when he said the "you ain't black" thing, that was kind of crazy. Now, Joe Biden was right there with Barack Obama. What did they do for Chicago? What did they do for a lot of black people? I'm just saying. And that's who most black people are supposed to vote for, right? As the Democrats, is what we were told. I'm telling you, that's where I'm told from a young age. Vote for the blue one. They help black people. But that was in the 6th, 7th grade when that happened. So from the 7th grade all the way up until I got ready to graduate high school, what changed? We still were killing each other at an astronomical rate. I don't care who the president was. Black folks was killing each other and still are killing each other at an astronomical rate, and nothing is being done about it. No, I don't care. I don't care what NAACP. Yes, I know. Like I said, because I got friends that's in NAACP. I got friends that's in Rainbow Coalition. What have y'all done? That's what I'm saying, guys. I've been there. I've done this. I went and spoke to people at risk for these organizations, but I never joined the organization. What's cool about that? They respect me for that. They respect the fact that I'm not trying to be part of Rainbow Coalition. I'm not trying to be a part of Caring Black Men. I'm not trying to be a part of what's the other one? NAACP. Because the thing is, I know agendas. I don't hate on them, but I know what the agenda is. The agenda is really not trying to help. The agenda is just the stuff is all freaking politics, folks. It's agendas and politics. It's really not trying to get to the heart of the matter. Because last time I checked, nothing was being done. Nothing was completely being done. Eric J305, you can try that. It doesn't work here, dude. What you doing right now? You know, that's amateur thinking. You know what I'm trying to say? The way you talking right now, it does not matter, dude. I didn't live that, been through all that, heard from people like you. Whoop, that's how easy it is, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. Said all the poor black neighborhoods are run by Democrats. Now, see, Now, like that, for instance, Kevin, you said all poor black neighborhoods are run by Democrats. See, that's what I'm saying. Things like that, I don't know. But all I'm telling you is this: when there were certain people in term that they wanted all the black folks to vote for, I was waiting for something to happen. Y'all got to understand this: when you are a young black man and you going up in one of these big cities, whatever like that, you gotta understand that if you don't see this stuff happening, what, like a lot of young black people, what's the point of voting for? What is the point for a young black man to be voting? When you hit 18, why is he going to vote when the whole from the age of freaking 7 all the way to 18, nothing happened in our neighborhoods. Nothing happened in our school systems. Nothing happened with teachers ain't really trying to teach us in these public school systems. And yet you want me to try to vote there. What? I don't, that's what I'm saying. So most people, it ain't that they don't want to vote. They like, what's the point of voting? It never did anything. That's how a lot of our minds says. That's what I'm trying to get some of y'all understand. Y'all probably like, we have never come across a guy like this. Y'all can call whatever. If any of y'all out there, you got an association with a political party, I don't care if it's Democrat or Republican, I would love to talk to some of those people that's like that. I don't care if you want, I don't care who they are. Donald, you want to get a hold of Donald Trump and have him call me and talk, and he and I can talk. You want to get a hold of Joe Biden and have him call me or anybody in his political party, I will sit down and have a conversation with them and have my own camera right there and where I can talk where nothing can be edited out, deleted, or anything like that, to have real conversation. Because the thing is, I do know that once you try to become a part of a certain type of organization, y'all, I don't care. It does not become about the people. It becomes about whatever that organization is, what their agenda is, and what they're trying to do to keep a lot of stuff going. Because if I can keep a lot of stuff going, it's going to keep funding coming in. It's about money. It's going to come down to being about money. So that's what I'm saying. So don't he said teachers in public education are trying to conform you. Well, like I said, Vader Shake, at a young age, man, let me hear what I say. I'll make sure I'm not yelling at y'all. At a young age, okay, let me turn this down some. Okay, so at a young age, that's what they pretty much told us. They said that the people that wear the blue tie, whether it was the elephant or the donkey, whichever it was, those are the ones you want to vote for because they're going to help black people. And I remember that for so long. And I remember every year they talked about voting. They even had us like vote. Even though we wasn't old enough to vote, they still was having us vote for like presidents and all that. And it was like, well, this president right here is going to help you do this and help you do this. So as a kid, you're like, oh, okay. So it's already like they're conditioning you not to free think for yourself, but they're conditioning you to always vote for the one with the blue tie on. So what ends up happening, if you are conditioned to think a certain way, your thinking becomes behavioral. That behavioral becomes character. And then that character becomes who you are. And if anybody questions that, now they're questioning your character, and it makes you get defensive. And when you become defensive, you become angry. When you become angry, this part of your brain loses its reasoning. And now you can't even reason. Now you're going purely off of emotion and not going off of, you're going purely off of emotion and not off of actually thinking. And that's what a lot of people do. Now, because I don't do that, you get mad at me. Well, you don't know what you're talking about. You see, like what the other guy did here a minute ago, y'all, the one who said, Ty, you got friends that are KKK. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That type of thinking right there, dude, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You just trying to throw shots. I don't know why, because you're mad that I'm a free thinker and I'm not being conditioned to think the way that you probably think that the way that you feel that I should think. So you're getting mad at me about that, but that's not going to happen. And all my young folks that I talk to, be it mentorees, be it my own nieces and nephews, that's what I'm going to push to them. Think for yourself. Find out the truth about the matter and the issues yourself, and then draw up your own conclusions. When you drop your own conclusions, at least you will know, and you can say, I did it because of me. I didn't do it because of Uncle Ty. I didn't do it because of my brother Ty. I didn't do it because of Mr. Ty. I didn't do it because of Minister Ty. I did it because I came to the truth and the conclusion myself, and then this is the decision that I made. So I will respect the heck out of anybody that decided to do it exactly like that. You got all the truth. You got all the facts, not no emotional stuff, not no showing me a small clip and saying this is what he meant when he said it. No, show me the whole thing. And once you do that and you come to your own conclusion, even if it's not the one that I agree with, at least I'm going to respect you because of the fact that you sought all of it out. Now, some people don't know. I'm going to give you these roles. Vote Democratic because you're black. What? No, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say it anyway. So that's what I'm getting at. So I've heard tons of stuff. About what you guys say about what people have shown me about Donald Trump. But what I told you guys before, You ask me if I like Donald Trump. I don't know Donald Trump. If you ask me if I like Joe Biden, I don't know Joe Biden. But what I can do, the Bible says, you shall know them by their fruits. Some of you guys in here may not be Bible believers, whatever, but that's what I'm saying. This is what I live. This is what I'm hearing from. I'm hearing from my Father above. I don't care if you believe in God or not. You can be atheist, whatever you want to be. Cool. But what I'm telling you is that I don't make no decisions without going to him first. I don't do anything without going to him first. And if he sits there and tells me, you shall know them by their fruit. Some of y'all didn't give me a chance to even look at the fruit, to taste the fruit, to see what type of fruit it is, to see if I like it, if it's sweet, if it's sour. You haven't even gave me a chance to do that. You should tell, eat this. Eat the no, don't question nothing, Tylen. Just eat this, Ty. Ty, no. Ty, eat this fruit. This is the fruit that you want to eat because this is the fruit that all black people eat. So you should eat it too because you're black. And if you don't eat this fruit, Tylen, you're not black. Well, I guess I am black. And if I don't eat the fruit, I guess I should. No, absolutely not. I'm the one. You can ask my mom. I was always asking questions. Boy, you talk too much. You talk too much. I still talk too much. You talk too much. You ask too many questions. My teachers, Ty, you ask too many questions. Ty, put your hand down. I was always the one. Hey, but if this happened, but hey, and hey, so make sure you don't do that to your kids. By the way, I'm gonna just throw it in there. If your kids got questions, make sure you answer your kids' questions because curiosity is one of the things that leads kids to a lot of truth. Don't lie to them. And again, so if God, his truth, his word is telling me, you shall know them. He didn't say judge. He said, you shall know them by their fruit. Donald Trump, you guys say, is a terrible president. Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If you come around to church, if you have been in the church world, every president is the Antichrist. Every president is the last president. That's the mark of the beast. Every president is the beast that the Bible is talking about. Getting tired of hearing all that stuff. You just get tired of it. Every president was the mark of the beast. Every president was the Antichrist. But again, the Holy Spirit leads you to God's word that says, you shall know them by their fruit. You say Donald Trump is a terrible person. Unemployment amongst blacks is at the lowest it's ever been in over 50 years. Under what administration? Y'all don't try to entrap me. See, I knew you like Trump. Don't do that. No, don't even do that. I don't know Trump. But the Bible says you shall know them by their fruit. Under Trump's administration, unemployment among blacks is at an all-time low. Paching. Under Trump's administration, he cut funding to Planned Parenthood that got most of their businesses in predominantly black neighborhoods. He cut funding there. Cha-ching. Donald Trump is against killing babies. Barack Obama, out of his mouth, we heard him say it. He said, if my daughter gets pregnant, he said she shouldn't be punished. And the word he used was punished. Go and look it up all you want to. That's what I'm saying. I don't know this stuff. I only know it because you guys send me the videos and I watch it. Barack Obama said out of his mouth that his daughter should not be punished. The word was punished with the baby. He didn't say anything like my daughter should be abstinent. My daughter shouldn't have been having sex anyway. Did my daughter not know that if you do the chitty chitty bang bang, there's a possibility that you're going to get pregnant? He didn't say none of that. He didn't say anything like my daughter shouldn't be having premarital sex or anything like. He didn't say that. He said she shouldn't be punished with a baby. Those are his words. So anyway, again, you can call me what you want to. You can call me dumb. You can call me whatever you want to. It does not matter to me because in here and in here, I go and seek out the truth. And once I see these facts, I don't just believe what nobody said. I don't believe what Donald Trump said. I don't believe what Biden said. I don't believe what a lot of, I'm just being real with y'all. I don't believe what y'all tell me. If y'all make a comment on this page, people that know me really well knows that I'll say, oh, well, let me go. I'm gonna have to go and check that out. I'll go and check it out and I'll come back and get back with them and be like, yeah, I looked into it and da 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 da. I don't take words at face value and just roll with it because that's not, I've done that for too long. I've done that for too long where somebody say, this is what you're going to do. This is how you should do it. So go and do it. Pretty much shut up. And I've done it, but not anymore. And that's why I'm trying to teach all my young folks to do. I mean, if some of y'all ain't here, that's what you need to do as well. Don't sit there and let nobody tell you how to live your life based off of how they feel you should live your life. Do you think for yourself? Some people don't even know they even done it. Like I told you on my other video, somebody over in California, somebody over in New York, when we talk about certain things, they said the same exact thing verbatim without missing a comma, without missing an exclamation point. They said the same exact thing. So it's like, y'all hearing, No. So all I'm telling you is this. If you sit up there and tell me that Donald Trump is an apple tree, I'm gonna go, oh, okay. No, he's an apple tree. He's an apple tree, Ty. Donald Trump is an apple tree. I'm going, oh, okay. No, you need to understand. He's an apple tree. He is an apple tree, Ty. You know what Ty's gonna do? Ty's gonna make his way. I'm gonna open up a book. I'm gonna look and see what an apple tree looks like. I'm gonna look and see what an apple tree does. I'm gonna look and see how an apple tree grows. I'm gonna look and see what an apple tree fruit look like. I'm gonna look and see if there's more than one species of an apple tree, so I can figure out what type of apple tree it actually is. It may be Gala, it may be Red Delicious, it may be Macintosh, it may be yellow, it may be Granny Smith. I don't know, but I'm gonna find out what type of apple that it is. Now, if I look up and study all this stuff about what an apple tree is and the different species of it, when I go and finally meet the apple tree that you said is Donald Trump, and I see oranges, something's wrong with what you told me. Now, when I come back to you and say, hey, that's an orange tree. No, listen to me. It's an orange tree. I'm gonna open up the book and show you what an orange tree look like. I'm gonna show you what the orange there. Hey, there's honeybell oranges. There's navel oranges. There's just normal oranges. I'm gonna show you. There's kumquats. I'm gonna show you what these different species of oranges look like, and I'm gonna show you this is the orange right here. See the peeling? How did you think that was an apple? And know what people do? Well, you know what? I don't care because that's what people, and I'm telling you, every single time it never fails, whether I found truth out in church, in ministry, whether I found the truth out about certain topics I talk about on here. Once I come to the conclusion, I see the truth and I show a person the truth and I show them right there. Look, oh my God, I just opened up the book. Look here. It's an orange tree, but you told me that it was an apple. This is clearly an orange tree. Then guess what? You know what? Forget it. If you want to stay that way, Ty, be that way. No, I mean, I'm confused. You told me it was an apple tree and I studied and looked it up and I studied 6 different species of an apple when I went into the tree and it was an orange tree. It peeled oranges. It's zesty. And when I open it up, there's little individual slices in there. That's not an apple. I'm confused now. I mean, no, I'm not confused. You're confused because you thought it was an apple tree and it's not. So that's all I'm saying. I know I like to use a lot of those little metaphors like that because that's what a lot of us don't do. We guys, y'all know a lot of folks just don't do it. You do not think for yourself. You get conditioned to think a certain way. And when you get stuck in thinking a certain way, if anybody comes along and challenges it, they're wrong. They're completely wrong. They are completely wrong. So what's going on? What's going on, Daddy Discussions, man? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just talking about some pretty much things to where I want people to see how, you know, how you've been here the whole time. So you already know Daddy Discussion. So, but yeah, so anything, again, folks, some of y'all will get mad because I'm not, you know what? This is what's really awesome. That's what I really love about God and how his wisdom is in his book. He said, be ye not, I'm going to just say it in layman terms. He said, don't be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. He used the word renew your mind. He said, don't be conformed to the world, but be renewed, be ye transformed. He said, be transformed, be changed by the renewing of your mind. Renew, make something new again, make it new again, make it new again. Transform, be transformed by making it new again. So the fact that he told me don't be conformed, but then yet he turns around and say, renewed through your mind. Now I got to think about it. What did he mean when he said don't be conformed to the world? Oh, you got conformed to the world. You got renewed in the mind. Conform to the world, renewed to the mind. Another way of saying that, don't be conformed to the world's way of thinking, but be transformed by renewing your mind. Your mind. Your mind. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I was telling y'all, I don't rely on a lot of people to try to coach me into thinking a certain way. The person that created me, and I know some of y'all may not be believers, but this is just my channel. This is me talking. You know, most of y'all know. If you didn't know that I was a minister, you shouldn't have known because I kept on encouraging you on a lot of my reaction videos to go and check out my other stuff. And with that being said, if God, who created this world, who created every blade of grass you see, who created the protons, neutrons, electrons to function and do all these different things, to create a grass blade to be able to suck things in your carbon dioxide and convert it into some type of sugar and use that sugar for energy to have the last electron being used to release oxygen for us to breathe it back in. If that God is intelligent enough to do that, I'm pretty sure he's intelligent enough to let me know, hey, Ty, this is what I want you to look at. Hey, Ty, I want you to check this out. And some of y'all may not believe this, and I don't care because I know what I know. I know where I get my stuff from. That's why it's so amazing when you open up the Bible, you see things of what Paul said. Paul said, what I know and what I'm saying, I didn't get this from man, and neither am I. I'm not getting this from man. I'm getting it from him. I want to know the way that he thinks, and however it is that he thinks, I want that mindset too. And then I think Paul said the same thing. He said, let this mindset also be in you. So I'm not going to have this mindset of how the world wants me to think. I do not care. I don't care. Even if voting Democratic was 100% legit and real, I have to know that truth for myself that it is. If voting Republican is the way to go and it's 100% true and real, I'm not going to do that just because some of these big shots and even my own family or even my own friends, even very influential mentors in my life, just because they tell me that's the way I should go. No, I have to know for myself. And it's the same exact thing when it comes to God. You can preach all day at folks that God loves you and God will. But if you don't want a relationship with the Lord yourself, it's just falling on deaf ears. That's why we never should pressure people to ever get into church. We should never pressure people into praying to God. We should never pressure anybody to doing that. Wait for that person to draw up a desire to want to actually do something different with themselves. Wait for that person actually to come to you and say, man, how can I want to change, man. What can I do? I mean, you say that you go to church and you say that you have a relationship with God. What do I need to do? Then we can talk about it. But I'm not going to shove it down the throat if that person ain't designed to do that. And that's what the same respect I want. Don't try to shove all this stuff down my throat. Now, the Democrats, yeah, look what the Democrats, oh, Republicans, oh, he racist. Don't shove that stuff down my throat because guess what? I'm not going to eat it. I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to find out what the recipes is to the stuff you're trying to feed me. I'm going to cook it myself. I'm going to taste it to see if it's good. And if it ain't good, I'm not going to eat it. If it is good, I'm going to eat it. And if it benefits my body, I'm going to continue to eat it. If it benefits me in any kind of way, I'm going to continue to eat it. Same thing with this stuff y'all telling me about. If it's benefiting human beings and people, that's exactly what I'm going to talk about. So let me hear how it sound to you guys. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all continue to I'm a free thinker, peer respect. I'm gonna let y'all. Hey, look, give me a second because I need to go. It's getting hot in here, so I need to go turn the fan on, and I need to give me some water. So continue to talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. There it is. Okay, I'm just asking. What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, okay. All righty, folks. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. And I know I missed a lot. I know some of y'all are probably making comments at me and saying a whole lot of stuff that I'm not able to see. So yeah. And here's another thing I want to talk to y'all about. You guys know that I posted a video. I'm telling I'm just telling you, stuff is really weird. Stuff is really, really, really weird. Mama Don, you know I am, absolutely. So stuff is really weird. Like when all this stuff, I try to show y'all videos of these doctors. Us in medicine know a bunch of basic stuff that, like, if you keep yourself closed in and keep blah, 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 you can't hear me, Roscoe. That's on your part. That's not on my part. Everybody else, can y'all hear me? Yeah, Kilroy girl, you have to go way back. No, I seen some videos that y'all saying Trump attacked. Nah, you say Trump attacked the press. I see. You look. I ain't gonna go down that road because, like I said, I look at everything from the beginning to the end, and that's what I'm trying to tell some of y'all folks. Some of y'all got to understand this. You need to understand. When I told you on the video, I said from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. You need to understand this. Okay, remember that one time we talked about the N-word? Is it really about the N-word, or is it really about what you intended for the N-word to mean to me when you said it? Because I grew up in the hood where white folks said the N-word. We would say it to each other. We didn't even think twice about it. Oh, he's white and he called me the N-word. We didn't know because it wasn't like that. They were saying that as how we spoke to each other, like, what's up, man? Oh, this is crazy. Like, oh, now this, no, he lost his. We white folks, Latino, we talk to each other like that, right? So my point is that it all comes down to what the intentions of your heart. Like if you say you effing, now it might be an issue because you actually said that with the intentions of what it meant way back when. Now we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, my point is the intentions. You say that Trump attacks the press. Have you looked at what the intentions of the press was trying to do? You know what I'm saying? I'm not stupid. I've been around you. Miss Marilyn Smith in here can tell you the organization that I came up in. We had the news, politicians, the Hillary Clinton. Remember Hillary Clinton came through town when we had the tornadoes and all that. We had the Surgeon General. We had some celebrities from at the time it was called New York Undercover. We had Jesse Jackson and all that. And when they came, I'm telling you, there is certain type of things that's behind all this. It's all about what the intentions of it is the intention of you asking the questions, doing track and field professionally and all that. When I have my interviews with the news and all this stuff like that, you know what the intentions are. They sit there and they prep you a little bit. Okay, what we're going to do is da, 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 da. And all of a sudden they try to hit you with like an underbelt. But I'm always ready for stuff like that. And I'm like, and I would bust them. I'm like, no, that's not how, when you said that you weren't going to say that. So why did you just do, you know what I'm saying? So my point is, what was the intention? You said that the Trump attacks the press. Is that because that's the only clip that you saw? Like when Trump said, you're da 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 and you're a terrible person. Trump just called that girl a terrible person. What did she say? Now look, I make this joke all the time. It's like where we say things like, okay, if I seen a man, okay, if I see, look, this is a joke. So if this has happened to any of you women, this is just okay. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm not even gonna use that. I'm gonna use what I heard in the comedy section before. This man said, my mom was screaming for me to come down. He said, I ran down there and seen what it was that she wanted. He said, these two men, he said, these two men had my mom held up. And he said, I went in and I was like, hey, what she do? So my point in saying all that is, before you jump into all that, hey, you see what Donald Trump did? I'm gonna be like, well, why did he say it? It don't matter why he said it. He's a pig. He's so mean. Okay, but I want to know what did he say it for? See what I'm saying? You said Donald Trump is mean to the press. Why? What did they do? I don't care if it's Joe Biden, even Barack Obama. Barack Obama had no, okay, now what about that? When the press was meaning Barack Obama, now, oh, the press is so bad. Because to me, I feel like because you don't like Donald Trump and whatever when he said, you just automatically want to find something wrong with him. So then you call it out. Same thing with Barack Obama. People that did not like Barack Obama, they watched him like a hawk. And anything he said that might have been a little bit out of line that they didn't feel was right on, they try to pull out and make something of it. So when you say that Trump attacked the press, I would say, why? Why did Trump attack the press? What did they say to make him say that? You know what I mean? For instance, if you guys hear how I'm talking right now, if y'all saw me and all of a sudden I started, you know what, forget you. You can go to hell. You can do it. Y'all gonna be like, hey, man, Modern Renaissance Man is snapping out. Some people like, I told you Modern Renaissance Man was a bad person. I told you. Oh, let me show you this clip. Y'all thought the Modern Renaissance Man was all nice and reasonable. Look at him going off right here. Look at Modern Renaissance Man snapping off on somebody. I told y'all the Modern Renaissance Man is straight crazy. I told y'all he ain't all like y'all thought he was he? Then people come out and say, wait a minute. We know Modern Renaissance Man. That's completely out of character of him. What happened that made Modern Renaissance Man snap off like that? And that's what people don't do. You don't ask. You just say Modern Renaissance Man attacked some people on his channel. But the people that's been with me for a long time, before I got on this channel, my mom, my cousins, any of them, if they see me snap off and go off cussing, really just coming down on somebody or anything like that, their questions would be, what made him act like that? But for people that don't know me and might just be coming on to my channel, it might be their first time visit. They might only be 6 days subscribed, and they see me snapping off like that. I'm not subscribing to that man's channel. He said he's mean. He went off on somebody on there because they asked him a question. See, that's what I'm saying. I get it. I know how this stuff can be turned and all that. So I understand the logic behind all of that. I understand how people sit there and say that he's a butthead. You know what? It doesn't even, whether it's Trump, whether it's Biden, whether it's Barack Obama, stuff is said bad about every last president. And to me, all I'm saying is this. I don't care if you think that this person, oh, he's mean to the press. He's mean to this. Okay. What about what he's doing? Okay. You know, like, man, Tyler's room. Bill Rock, he wants to build a wall. He's separating families. Okay. That's another thing. This is my thinking. My thinking, folks. My thinking. Okay. Can I go and rob a store? Yes. If I get caught, I'm going to be criminally charged. Can I go and rob somebody? Can I go and murder somebody? Can I go and commit like just crazy felonies? Can I go and just become a serial killer? When I get caught, I'm going to go to jail for doing something what? That is illegal. If I'm way over the whatever you want to call it, numbers for being a DUI, I'm going to jail because I broke the law. So when you say things like when people are talking about the wall, that's crazy though, because he's trying to build a wall and all that. I'm just like, for what? What do you? He's been mean. You know, he's separating families and And I'm like, what did he do? What do you mean separating families? There are some people. Donald Trump separated these people's children from their parents, and I'm saying, like, why, dude? What is wrong with you? What do you mean why? It's wrong. I'm like, wait a minute. No, I want to know why did he separate these kids from their parents? Let me know why. I just want to know what did he do it for? I can't ask. Well, the parents are in America illegally. They had their children in America. So he made the parents go back. That's Donald Trump's fault, or is that the parents' fault? See, don't look, some of y'all about to do it right now. Do not get mad at me. There's been people that have committed a murder and they never got caught. One man he became a grandfather, a great-grandfather. He was a pastor in the church. And when they finally start coming out with how DNA analysis and stuff is ran, they went right to that man's door, knocked on the door. And when they knocked on the door, he said, I know what you guys are here for, because he know that he committed a murder 40 years ago. Now the family like, no, he's such a good guy. I mean, he's a pastor. He has a grandchildren and great-grandchildren. He like, look, I did kill somebody X amount of years ago, and I got away with it. So my point is saying that don't get mad because a person is good now. They still got caught for what they did then. So when you say things like, I'm just telling y'all, I'm looking at facts. I'm not for listen, let me make this clear to some of you. I'm not for Trump. I'm not against Trump. I'm not for Biden. I'm not against Biden. I don't vote. I'm just looking at human situations. Human situations. Quit trying to make human situations a political situations. Okay. You know, sex trafficking. Kids getting separated from their parents and sex trafficking. Whose fault is it? It's the criminal's fault. It's the person that's breaking the law, finding these kids that may be runaways or kids that may be on drugs and don't know where they're at the time, and they get snatched up and put in the box with some food and bread, and get shipped off somewhere they don't know and they being pimped out. Whose fault is that? It's the person that's committing the crime, the sex trafficking folks. It's their fault. So when you say things like Trump separated the kids from the parents, and that's so wrong of him, no, the parents that were in the United States for 15 years illegally, that's their fault. It's not his fault. You can't do that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not the one. If you want to try to come at me with a bunch of stuff, a bunch of news articles, a bunch of video clips and all that, you might be pushing the wrong person to do it, because when I get to the truth of the matter, I'm going to tell you what I think of. I'm going to tell you this is what I see. That's all I'm saying. I'm not one to fall for these. I'm not one to fall for this type of stuff like that, where look, oh man, you see what he's doing? Like when they said Donald Trump was a racist, I'm like, how? Bruh, come on now. Everybody knows that. But I'm asking you, how? Dude, come on, bro. Everybody knows that Donald Trump is a racist. How? What did he do? No. I'm like, no. Don't know. See, what did he do? Well, he said he called NFL players, black NFL players' mothers, he called them some bees. I'm like, wow, he did? So that makes him racist because he called a black woman a bee? Well, what did he say? He said, the sons of bees. Oh, come on now. That was a figure of speech. He wasn't literally saying that your mom is a bee. Come on now. So that's what I'm saying. Don't do that. That's not gonna work on me. And you can say the same thing with what just happened now. I'm just saying, with the Joe Biden thing, when he said you ain't black, that right there is hitting on everybody that's black. I mean, if you are a legal citizen, and here's the thing, don't throw this African American thing out there, because everybody black in America is not from Africa. Matter of fact, if you were born in America, you're not from Africa. So I don't know this. They need to just change that whole terminology. Now, if we want to make black a race and make white a race and roll with that, then okay. But I'm saying nobody goes around calling white people European Americans, or calling you Caucasian Americans, or calling you Russian Americans, or whatever. I don't hear them calling you New Zealand Americans or Iceland Americans. So why all of a sudden black folks get the label African American? I hear Latinos, I hear Mexican, whatever like that. I'm just saying, I don't know. So when you say things like, oh, African American, no, I'm not from Africa, so I don't know. That all just needs to change. Now, how about you put that into something, put some voting on that, let black people decide whether they want to be called. They shouldn't even want to be called African American anyway, because if you wasn't born there, you're not there. So, but my thing is that, like I said, my biggest push is that every last one of you individuals that's in here, all 151 of you, I hope that all of you guys can think for yourselves. I hope that you study things for yourself. I hope and pray that you're not jumping on board with things because that's what I'm saying. They play off your emotions. Let your emotions die down a little bit, and then look at things from a logical standpoint and not from an emotional standpoint, because that's what they do. We know this all day long, man. Come on now. You come on now. Like with the stuff that came out today. I seen the video today with the police officer putting his knee on the man's neck, and the man died later on. Was that racist? I don't think so. I just think that's a bad police officer. That police officer needs to be fired. I don't know what happened before that. I don't know what escalated and made the police officer. I do know that when police officers put their knees on people's back or whatever like that, I do know that person usually shows some type of aggression, or they resisted arrest. So the police had to put them in that type of restraint to keep them from possibly having any chance of moving or flipping over or doing anything like that. Now, again, I'm not going to get pulled into that because it was a white police officer with his knee on the back of a black person's neck. That means that the white police officer is racist? No, it don't. It just means that police officer might have did something that's not part of their policy. It means that police officer did something that's completely wrong, but they just want to jump on the board and call him a racist? Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No. So it doesn't work that way. Not for me, it don't. Now, if there's other black folks out there that want to, oh man, see how they doing us? See how they doing? Look, already your emotions has gotten the best of you. Already. Yes, it's terrible that man died. It's terrible that police officer had his knee on that man's neck like that. That is crazy. But it don't make him a racist. It don't. I'm sorry, it just don't. It makes him a police officer who might have used excessive force to do what he did. That's what it makes him, but it doesn't make him a racist. But that's all they want to do, because now that the COVID thing is going to probably start to die down, we got to bring this race thing back up again. We got to get the race thing going again, because election is coming in a few months, and we better darn sure make sure that anything that got something to do with a white person harming a black person, we need. And what about black people killing white folks? What about black folks killing black folks? What about that? Ain't gonna be no black folks to vote because we killing each other. What are you talking about? Yes, see, that's what I get. If you say that the police officer was completely out of line using excessive force, I get that, but don't make it a race thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like I said. So anyway, this has been a really nice chat, and I know that I'm probably going to go back and watch everything that was said in here or whatever, to try to figure out some of the things that were said in here. But again, I appreciate all 144 of you guys all being in here. And that's awesome that I got 131 thumbs up. I think that's the most I've ever gotten. I think, I need to take a, no, I'm just joking. I'm about to say, I need to take a break from the reaction videos and do more videos like this right here, because this really got folks kind of coming in. And yes. And again, I told you I'm telling you, you just never know how blessings come. One of the biggest crazy mistakes is one day there were some trolls in here, and one of the trolls made a crazy comment that I didn't understand what he was talking about. He said, "You're a male version of Candace Owens, and Elder Larry is your uncle." I'm like, who the heck is Candace Owens? And then Larry, I went and looked them up. I'm like, whoa, where the heck have they been? Like, dang, that's what I'm talking about right there. So, shouldn't have did that. Should not have did that, because I did not know there were other people out there that thought like I did. Whoa. Nice. Nice, non-lethal. Nice. Yeah, Chris Fooling. That's why I ended up finding out when I went and looked it up. I'm like, wow, and then she's from Chi-Town too. And I think Brandon Tatum is too. So when I went and looked it up, Rick Whiteford, thank you for that, sir. When I went and looked it up, I'm like, wow. So he thought that he was down in me. And I'm like, actually, that's kind of pretty cool. So yeah. But that's what I'm saying, folks. I just you have to get yourself in a certain type of mindset to where you are constantly using your mental power to logically think and not emotionally think. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, like I said, a lot of things. A lot of y'all send me videos, and I send you a personal video responding back to things that you asked me. And some of y'all, like I said, a lot of you guys really are in it. James Burlow, I appreciate that, sir. Yep, Trey Alexander, appreciate that. Appreciate that. Jeremy Ross, appreciate that, sir. Watch those videos and comment. You might be surprised. Okay, Mama Don, you know I am. I look into this stuff. That's what I'm saying. Things like the videos that you send me, Mama Don, or some of the videos other people have sent me, because y'all know a lot of this stuff I don't know about. It's crazy that, because nobody can see what I'm saying. What's awesome about this, my MRMIs has been with me for almost 2 years now. July will be 2 years. You guys all know I don't get into this stuff. I'm just now starting to learn of it. So my thought process has always been the same for the past 10, 15 years without even getting into this stuff. And so if I'm sitting here talking the way that I'm talking without having no knowledge of what's going on in the political world, and all of a sudden I'm being compared to these people, and y'all telling me, oh, Candace, you like a female Candace Owens, and Larry Elder is your uncle. I'm like, and then I'm seeing and hearing these people talk. I'm like, that's cool. They're actually into the stuff, and they're saying this. I'm not even having no clue about what goes on in that world and anything like that. I'm just going off of what I'm getting pulled and what I'm getting told from up above. So, and I love people just like he loved people. Are we having an anniversary party in July? I don't know. It might be a departing. I might just be like, for the month of July. I'm serious, y'all. I kid y'all not. Don't be surprised. Is that in July, all the patrons, every last patron that I have in July, don't be surprised if all y'all money is refunded and you don't see nothing on YouTube for like a whole month. I'm just saying, I've been going strong for 2 years, man, almost every day. That's all, man. You just don't think about it because it went by so fast. But in July is going to be 2 years, and I mean, whoa! I done pushed out over 3,000 some videos. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So, anyway, again, all 149 people that's in there right now, I really do appreciate y'all. Even the ones that don't agree with me, we can agree to disagree. There's that respect. certain subjects, we don't have to talk about it because I know that it can rouse emotions and people get mad and makes you uncomfortable, don't want to talk about it. That's cool. We don't have to talk about it, but it should not mean that we should not remain to have like a straight mutual relationship. If you get what I'm saying, this one thing we just don't agree on, this one thing we just won't talk about again. Okay. I told you, I think smoked turkey is better than roasted. I mean, I think smoked turkey legs is better than roasted turkey legs. You and I just won't talk about turkey legs no more. It's that easy. Now we can move on to other things that I can actually possibly help you with. You can help me with. You know what I'm saying? So that's what people need to do. We don't do that though. Oh no, he likes Trump. He likes Biden. We're done. Person lives their life. You live your life. Y'all missed out on some great moments y'all could have had together. Y'all missed out on some great memories you could have built with each other. Family is what I'm talking about. Family and friends. You get separated over somebody who don't even know your name and don't even care to know your name. And y'all separated over it. You get separated over, you want to vote for this guy, you want to vote for that guy, and y'all are actually separating what's supposed to be way stronger than an opinion. Yeah, when you vote for a president or another president, that's your personal opinion, that's your personal vote. But what's way more personal than that is blood and relationships. And you ruined your relationship with your own family, with your friends, with possible colleagues because they don't vote the way that you do. That is, to me, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. But then y'all don't raise y'all family the same way and y'all still cool about it. So I mean, why, you know what I'm saying? So who told you that if you vote a certain way, who told us? I'm telling y'all, I don't know. I don't think like that. Don't say things to me like, well, we can't talk about religion or don't talk about, no, I talk about what I want to talk about. Why are people really that scared to get to the heart of the matter? But again, in the end, the people that you may praise and put up on a high pedestal can care less about you as an individual. Now, listen to what I just said right there. Appreciate that. People that you may vote for, people that you may praise, whether they are celebrity, any of those folks, they probably don't even know who you are, know your name, and don't care about you personally as an individual. They may say things like they care about you as a group. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. I'm just telling you, I'm just going based off of the facts. Donald Trump cut funding to Planned Parenthood. Donald Trump had unemployment amongst blacks at an all-time low. But Donald Trump don't know these people personally. He don't know their names. He just know their issues. He just know what they got going on there. You know what I'm saying? Larry Elder as an uncle. That's a high compliment. James Burlow, I appreciate that. Teresa Anderson, appreciate that, sis. But that's my point. So I'm saying that to all of you guys, all 140 of you in here. If you have a relationship that has been ruined because y'all vote two different ways, you really need to fix that. Because in the end, these politicians are not going to be there with you and thinking about you on your deathbed. In the end, these politicians are not going to be there with you when you find out that you have a disease that may not be able to have curable. These politicians are not going to be there with you when you have an accident, you may have to lose a leg. These politicians are not going to be there at your bedside when your leg get cut off like that. Now you and your brother or you and your sister and you and your cousins, your uncles, y'all don't have a relationship. So that the people that can actually come there and care about you and be with you in your real time of need are not going to come because y'all been separated because of the difference of how y'all vote. To me, you need to really ask yourself what's going on in here and what's going on in here. Because to me, that's not real love, especially from somebody that don't know you personally and care about you as an individual, as what family can and will do. I would never do that. I would never, ever, never betray family and blood and friends. I'm talking about real friends that I got a relationship with. I would never leave them over our differences of opinion, because in the end, that's all it really is a differences of opinion. You think Biden is the greatest? Oh, great. You think Trump is the greatest? Oh, great. That should not have nothing to do with your relationship as mother and son, mother and son, mother and daughter, husband and wife, brothers and brothers, sisters and sisters, cousins and cousins, aunts and nephews, aunts and nieces. That should have nothing to do with y'all relationship, because y'all think something completely different. Y'all think the world should be ran in a different way, because nobody is ever going to be right. Nobody is ever going to be perfect. And if you come to the understanding of that, that will help you out in the long run. Never. It will help you out. I will never, ever talk about certain subjects that I know that me and this person don't see eye to eye on, but we got a great relationship. We just know we're not going to talk about that thing. And that's how it should be with you guys. You just don't if you and your family are ripped apart because of differences of voting, y'all should really you should reform your relationship with that person or with that family member or with that family period. And y'all just don't talk about that. Don't ever talk about voting. Don't ever talk about Trump. Don't ever talk about Biden, because you're going to get offended for somebody that don't even care about you. You're going to get offended. You're going to get offended for Trump. You're going to get offended for Biden when Biden don't even know your name. I mean, unless you like a relative of his or something like that, but y'all get my drift. You get my drift. So anyway, folks, this was really, really fun. And Mama Don, you sent me some videos. I'm gonna get to watching some of these things right here, and I'm getting ready to check out. I really did enjoy this. 133 folks. I don't know who I might be talking to. Make sure you get yourself okay with your family, and do not let this separate you from the love and the care that you can get from your family. Because when you die, you want to make sure that you're not dying alone, and it's going to come. That comes to us all, but you first. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, make sure you get that stuff right, because in the end, family is going to be the very person that's going to be right there by your bedside. Family is going to be the ones right there that's going to care for you. Like I said, if any of these things happen to you, and the policy that you may have voted for is not going to be there to love and care for you, to give you that thing that God wanted from the beginning, which is very important, which is relationship. Relationship, folks. Relationship. That's what all's going to come down to. Anyway, with that being said, folks, I am getting ready to check out. I really did enjoy this. I really enjoyed the conversation that came up with. Hopefully some things that I said right there was able to cover some of these broad aspects, and hopefully you got a better understanding of where I'm coming from and where my mindset is, and why I told y'all I don't vote and I haven't voted. Some people just automatically assume I don't vote because Now you kind of got an idea of why I don't vote, because I have not been educated on voting or anything like that. I'm ignorant to what voting is and what all it entails. Oh, I got to go back and look at this stuff of what the judicial branch is and what this branch is and what the Republicans. I got to go back and pretty much be reschooled all over again, all over this stuff, because public schools failed me when it comes to this stuff. They failed you anyway. I mean, they didn't talk about this stuff in college. You know, I was just all about my medical degree and all this stuff like that. So, I mean, with that being said, I'm going to look into it. I'm going to study and all the stuff like that. And who knows, maybe by the time I study, I might be ready to vote. No, just anyway, I'm concerned about God's kingdom and his people, which are you guys, whether you are on Trump or Biden side. What I am concerned about is you as an individual. I want to make sure that you are okay right here and right here, despite of how you vote. And with that being said, folks, I am getting ready to check out, and I will be seeing you guys next time. All right. Monsi Anya Ame Bataya. Me Bataya Sikeyamo.